everyone to another edition of the McBridge Consult Media Chatroom of Humans of Nigeria, job professionals in the non-for-profit sector. Whoa. And my name remains Faith Afolabi, the host of the McBridge Consult Media Chatroom. Yes, last week we had a wonderful time. I had a friend of mine I've known for quite some time, and she is a specialist in communication for development. And she spoke a lot about her journey into the non-for-profit and how she's been able to manage the two worlds, being a consultant and also a full-time worker in the non-for-profit sector in an international development. Today won't be any different, but before we continue, we're going to go on a very short break, and when we come back, we'll meet our guests. Welcome everyone from that short break, and my name remains Faith Afolabi. If you're just tuning into my channel, this is McBridge Consult Media Chatroom, and today we have a wonderful person. I've known her. She's a professional and she's a consultant, but I'll let her introduce herself. So let's get to meet her. Go on.
Okay. Good morning, and thank you for the time. I think this is very, I feel very privileged to be participating in this very noble event. So my name is Akaoma Onyemelukwe, and I am the principal consultant and CEO of Affinity Consulting, and I also the founder of Rights Proposal and the Latitude Africa. I'm the lead coach at the Latitude Africa Nigeria as well. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. Guys, this is going to be great. Okay, so we'd like to know your journey so far into the non-for-profit. I've known you for quite some time now, and I know you have worked full-time, and now you manage your own firm, which is very commendable.
Yes. Okay, I've actually been in the non-for-profit for nearly 20 years now, for 2 full decades, and I started out quite early, quite young. I started out first during my NYSC, and I have all through those years built a beautiful career, doing different things and joining through and also learning and impacting society very actively. And at some point in my career, it was clear that I would want to be a consultant. I first dabbled into it around 2007 when I incorporated Affinity Consulting. But I had to wait because I really wanted to be very grounded. I really wanted to be very technical. I really wanted to sharpen my skills and understand clearly what is required to provide such technical assistance to organizations and governments. So I waited until I got to a level that I felt, yes, it was time to leave. So not leave international development, but really transition into full-time consulting and manage my firm. So at that point, I got to deputy project director for a big project, and I then transitioned fully into full-time consulting experience.
Okay, so you mentioned about starting this journey while you were in NYC. Funny enough, a lot of my friends started at that time. Same for me as well. So what were you going to do if you're not doing non-for-profit? Was it intentional or something sparked that passion?
Well, for me, I've always been, it was intentional, let me say that. But another thing was I've always wanted to provide support to people because I've always admired international development, like what Red Cross does and UNICEF does. And as a young person those days, I used to visit the UNICEF office in my location, and it was something I was very excited about. So when I had the opportunity, it just ignited what I had in me. But actually, if I did not get into the international development, I actually would have been in the media, because it was also one of the areas that I really felt strong about, and I felt I had a lot of skills, I had a lot to give. But even in international development, I had opportunities to do some media work, which blended all my skills and my aspirations together.
Okay, wow. So if you're just joining us, we'll be going on a very short break. It's been very exciting. Don't go away. Call your friends. Tell them to subscribe on the channel. Stay tuned. We'll be back. welcome back. And you've been speaking with me, the host, and my friend, very good friend, and a senior colleague in the non-for-profit sector, Akaoma Onyemelukwe, CEO, Affinity Consulting, and also Latitude Leadership Academy. For those of you that want to start a career in a non-for-profit, or you want to just start up something and you don't know how to, she's here to help you, and she can help you develop proposals from start to finish. So after this broadcast, you can log on to her website. All the links will be showed up once we're done for today. So we're going to continue. Now, I want to know how you are able to manage the two worlds. Media is a big thing, and consulting as well is a big thing. So is it possible to do the two of them successfully, or something that you can separate? Because I think you have passion for that in the first place. And
my media engagement, actually, I didn't really take it on very strongly, really, but I only provide skill in it when it comes. I didn't take it on very strongly, but within the international development sphere where I work, I consistently provided that skill as an additional added value impact I bring to every operation that I work in. So which is why in my work I have managed and supervised things around strategic behavioral communication, mass communication, mass media work, and things around IPC and all those kind of things. So, and also writing and scripting and those kind of things. Yes. So because of that experience, really, so that's how I've been blended it in this. And in consulting as well, I've had opportunities where I facilitate big meetings and compare meetings as part of that skill, blending my technical understanding of international development and skill, and that strong facilitation, media engagement kind of public relations kind of ability or capability, as it were. And really has also played a lot of roles in terms of how I interact and how I actually project the clients who work with me or who I work for, really in my consulting experience, and that has been very good.
Okay, so what is IPC again?
So yes, it's interpersonal communication, really, so basically.
So why is it important for non-for-profits to get consultants to do the job that they have staff to do?
Okay, one of the reasons why it's important is that, what consultants bring new perspective. The reason is because they come with very high experience. I've done several things. I've been involved in different kind of things. And also when you're trying to save time, okay, because clearly many non-for-profits don't really keep very large teams. Okay, but yeah, the workload is heavy, the impact that they're expected to make is a lot, and then the timing for programs or projects are short and all that. So the expectation is high. So that's exactly what consultants do. So they're an addition. They bring a lot of value. They bring skill. They bring time. So they're very cost effective to do that. And also they help you as an organization to see yourself beyond just the internal space. So they're able to also be a brand support to you, in the sense that, yes, you're doing a good work, you're not projecting it. Your consultant can really say, yes, I work with this organization. They do cutting edge work. They bring a lot of innovation to the space, that happen. So having a consultant in your system is very, very useful. Organizations that know it never fail to have consultants supporting them.
Okay, but sometimes you may not need one, but sometimes you do, if you are going to.
Yeah, sometimes you may not need one. You don't have to have a consultant just because but you must have a consultant based on your need. All right. And that need has to be clear. It doesn't have to be vague, so that the consultant can provide the real, adequate, appropriate support to you.
Yes. All right. So before we call it a day, there's some people watching right now and they want to take up a career in consulting because they don't want to do 9-to-5 jobs. So what advice would you give to them? How can they go about this?
So if you want to make a career in consulting, Yes. So if you want to pick a career in international development consulting, and then management consulting, you must have some level of skill. Okay, you must actually spend time to acquire skill. So what I recommend is you work with a coach. So in the last few months, I actually have been coaching a few people on joining the international development space. So you get a coach, then you attend a few conferences. Actually, you just gain knowledge. Then the other thing is that you're clear on the areas where you want to work in. You don't work everywhere. You pick areas where you want to work in, where you need to strengthen your skills, where you need to show quality, and then you focus on it. Okay, so when that brief comes, if it's not those areas, please say no so that you can remain focused. And then you could also volunteer or intern in other, working with other consultants to see, to learn and to go through the rudiments and the things that you need to acquire as you go on. So it's really a life of learning and improvement, because consistently knowledge changes and the international development space is ever evolving, ever changing, super dynamic, really. And that's how to say it. Thank you.
Yeah, so you mentioned skills. So I would like you to pinpoint some certain skills that you must have as a consultant.
Okay, you must have, as a consultant, you must have some basic skills. You must have a reporting skill. Yeah. You must have an analytical and diagnostic skill. Somebody tells you, we want to do this. You need to be able to diagnose and see this is where the problem is. This is what it is. And you must have skills on innovation because you're bringing in value. Then you must have skills of facilitation because you're holding meetings, you're sharing ideas, and you're synthesizing. So your reporting is very key. Presentation is very key. Facilitation is very key. Okay. And the knowledge on the technical space. So is this technical space agriculture? Is it technology? Is it education? Is it health? Is it youth? Is it children? Is it nutrition? Then you must have skills in research because you need to know how to dig deep and find the information of what has been written, what has been done, then also bring to bear the new things and innovation that needs to add value to the client's work. So these are just the basic skills you need. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Akaoma. I'm sure you will be able to provide some form of training for those people that will be reaching out to you after this, and we'll be putting up your email so they can actually reach out to you. Right.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things we are doing with the rights proposal space is that we're actually coaching and training people on proposal writing, on business plans development, and also on, the whole thing required for supporting an organization on proposals, and also supporting NGOs on becoming grants ready. And that's a whole space. Then on the consulting side, yes, we do a lot of trainings and coaching as well. And why I say coaching many times is that coaching actually adds value to the learner a lot more, because it's a step-wise learning that takes a bit, it takes time, maybe 3, 4, 6 months or thereabout, but it's consistent. So it builds and builds on and builds on. Then you can have the one-off training if that's what you want. We're available to provide such services to you. And then if you want to join the international development, then join our coaching on the Latitude Africa space, and you will find it very, 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 very useful for you.
I've been there, guys, so you don't want to miss this. There is value in what Affinity Consulting is presenting to you, and she has achieved a whole lot within the international development sector and also with the Nigerian government as well. So I want to say thank you so much for coming up on our show, and we are glad that you were able to make it, and we would like to have you again for next time. So my name remains Faith Afolabi. If you're just joining us, this is where we draw the curtain for the McBridge Consult Media Chatroom for NGO professionals in Nigeria. Subscribe to our channels, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.